Thank you. And hello. I have to start with the traditional hello. So thank you very, very much. And hello. Well, welcome to Talk Shop, where we tell the truth and let the chips fall where they may. As I always say on this platform, truth crushed to earth shall rise again. And the best part of everything that we do here is we ask the question, what time is it? And the response is, it's nation time. It is nation time. Youth of Ghana, I'm talking to my cameraman, all you younger people. It's nation time. Please keep that in mind. It's not party time, it's nothing. It's nation time. We are building this nation. No matter what we do, no matter what we say, it is all about building this nation. And let me say this, folks, just so I clear it, because some time ago, somebody wrote a comment about, oh, KSM, I'm disappointed with you. I thought you were neutral. Can I say officially today, me KSM, me neutral. I am not neutral. I take a stand. Folks, when there's a chance between right and wrong, KSM, I'm not going to tell you, oh, I'm neutral. No. I will stand with what I believe to be right. When there's a question between justice and injustice, KSM, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be neutral between justice and injustice. I'm going to tell you I stand with justice. Thank you. So that's why I stand. Every issue I talk about, with justice, with right. And that's what I want you to start thinking, especially you, the youth out there. Try and get an independent thinking. Don't be neutral. Take a stand. Let the stand be positive. Anyway, today on Talk Shop, you know what is trending now? Breaking the 8, I broke the 8, we break 8. Everything is all about the 8. So today on Talk Shop, my question is, whose 8 are we breaking? Mute question to you. Whose 8 are we breaking? Let me give you a little bit background about what I'm talking about, because there are 2 8s that are in the system. Let's talk about the first 8. The first 8, I think, was developed, or the first 8 that His Excellency the President himself brought out this first thing about NPP is breaking the 8. What's the history behind this 8? Traditionally, especially since the beginning of the Fourth Republic, every party, Ghanaians seem to give every party 8 years to rule. Oba Udi will first leg, no have your second leg, and then you go. The next party comes, they spend their first 4 years, their second 4 years. So traditionally, every party in the Fourth Republic, they are giving 8 years. Traditionally. So Your Excellency Nanado says, no, MPP, we are not here for the traditional 8 years. For the first time in the history of Ghana, the NPP is going to break this tradition of 8 years and do an additional one. So we are breaking the 8. And so for those of you who do not understand what breaking the 8 means, that's it. Simply, the president told us that the NPP, they haven't come for first term and second term. No, we are breaking the 8. And that has become the mantra. We are breaking the 8, we are breaking the 8. Everybody in the NPP is going with that mantra because Nanado says we are breaking the 8. So that's the first 8. And I always say this, folks, that for me, breaking the 8 has 2 angles. The first one angle is the NPP. That means to break the tradition so that they go for more than 8 years. It means they have broken the 8. The second one too is this. The NPP has stayed in power for 8 years. And then this says, no, we have been in opposition for 8 years. So you will not continue. We are going to break your 8. You won't do a third term. So whether it's breaking the 8 as by NPP or breaking the 8 by NDC, yes, so yeah, the story of Jonah and the whale. I can't see what there was a whale. This one, there's an 8 and there's breaking. So today on Talk Shop, my question is, who breaks the 8? Is it going to be NPP breaking the 8 so that Bawumia is going to, His Excellency Bawumia will come in for a third term in office. And after that, Napo, because Napo has said somewhere that once they get past this, yeah, in the election bill. Once we get past this, they're in the election bill. So I guess, breaking the 8 by Baumia, and then Napo comes in. Anyway, that's one angle. The other angle, NDC too says, no way. More than 8 years, we will stop you. So let me go back and say, now let's look at both 8s. Let us analyze them. Okay? NPP say, oh, break 8 now. In the history of Ghana elections, no one has done that. But NPP says they are going to do it. And it sounds so impossible that they chose for their slogan, Baumia is coming to break the 8. It is possible. It is possible. Baumia is coming to break the 8. Before I continue, let me dwell a little bit on this concept of it is possible. Master, everything you can do there is possible. It is possible that Alan can win. It's possible. It's possible that Cheddar will come and do something and win. Possibility there, anything that can physically be done, it's possible. Let me tell you a joke here about my grandfather. A joke, a fictional joke. My grandfather, who was, I think he was like 78 years or 80 years or something. He had no hair. He was completely bald. Bald, oh. He was 82 years. Before he went to sleep, he went on his knees to pray to God. And he says, God, please, according to the scripture, with you all things are possible. He told God, oh, God, you didn't say that some things are possible, oh, and you didn't say that, a few things are possible. You said all, be possible, God. So, as I'm going to sleep now, I'm 82 years now, my head is bald, I'm praying that I wake up tomorrow morning with a full set of hair. After all, you are God. So it is possible. Because you're God, it is possible. So he went to sleep. And when he woke up in the morning, he was still bald. So he told God, what is happening? I thought with you all things are possible. And do you know the answer God gave him? God said, Master, you are very, very right. With God, all things are possible. And it's even in the Bible. But do you know something that you'll be thinking about? All things are possible, but not all things are probable. God said there's something called probability, and there's something called possibility. So yes, it may be possible. But the real question we should be asking is, yes, it is possible, but how probable is it? That's a real question. Oh. So sometimes you can hear somebody say, oh, Charlie, I want to do this. So Charlie, are you going to be able to do it? Charlie, it is very, 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 very possible. The possibility is very, very high. But the probability is low. Or the possibility may be low, but the probability may be very high. So this was just aside. So because the NPP is breaking the 8-year thing and insisting that they are going to go for more than 8 years, they are breaking the 8. And for that reason, they say it is possible. And I'm sitting here today telling you that it is possible. But what is the probability? For those of you who have A1 or if it's artificial intelligence, it's AI, you just type in that you should explain the difference between possibility and probability. And you realize that there are two different things altogether. So yes, as a possibility that it is possible. It is possible that Mahama will come and win again. It is possible that Alan will pull some magic and win. Cheddar, possible. Goom, possible. If you don't call that one, I don't know. What say if you don't call that one, I don't know. But they are possible. But what is the probability? What is the probability that Efiadonko will be the next president? So let's leave it there with the possibility. And I'm saying that, yeah, Baumia, it is possible. But tell me, what is the probability? Now, let me tell you why earlier on I say, yes, it is possible, but I say the probability is low. Let me tell you why, folks. And this goes to all my friends in the NPP. This statement is this. Folks, the promises that were made by the NPP were amazing. It was like, wow. If they can even fulfill 40%, 40 credit Dawson, even if the NPP can fulfill even 30% of the numerous promises, it will be plenty. But here is what I'm saying, folks. If I want to give a scorecard to the NPP now, at the end of the 8 years, my scorecard that I will give is that, I'm sorry, NPP, the results are disappointing. I'm sorry. Maybe come in facts as I see it. And there are many of us who had the promises, who were filled with so much hope that we said, yeah, we should give the NPP a chance to come. Nanado. Many. But I'm telling you, I speak for myself and many others when I say that the results have been disappointing. Now let me say this. In English, this life that we are in, if you excel and you are excellent at whatever you do, you are rewarded. That's what it means in English. Once you excel, you get the rewards. So my question this to my friends in the NPP and my family in the NPP, my question is this. Do you think that by the end of the 8 years, the NPP has excelled into, let's say, a peer? Let me tell you something, folks. If I ever had a chance to speak with the president and even the vice president right now, I'll tell him or I'll ask, please describe the economy you have left Ghana in one word. One word, Paul. I'll tell, let's say Bawumia was sitting in front of me. Your Excellency, Dr. Bawumia, whiz kid, please, right now as we speak, right now, can you tell me one word that describes the economy of Ghana? And check this out, folks. There are several words that he can use that are going to be very, very impressive. For example, if I ask Bawumia, give me one word, and he says, KSM, the economy is robust. It means there's economic activity, things are happening, and a robust economy. That's one word. Or you can say, what are you telling me? The economy is booming. That means there's so much productivity going on, there's buying and selling, everything is effective, everything fine, the economy is booming. Or you can say, KSM, the economy is vibrant. When you say it's vibrant, you know what it means. The exchange rate is great. 2 cedis, $1. That's a vibrant economy. Or he can say the economy has resurged. There's resurgence. There's an economy not saying sorry and yanni. Bawumia can tell me, KSM, the economy is thriving, which means all the indicators are good. Things are happening. Investments are coming left, right, and center. All I'm saying, folks, that if Bawumia or the NPP, if all of you can describe the results in this one word that I've listed, then I'm telling you, you don't even have to tell anybody that you are breaking the 8. Automatically, you break the 8. Let me tell I'm glad that the president has said, this tradition of Obiaba 8 years, no, we'll break the 8. Fine. It's a good spirit to have, say, other than the Obiaba 8 years. We will break the 8. The sad thing is that the breaking of the 8 has not been backed by any action. Right now, we have the highest debt Ghana, a car, you know, it is amazing what the over 170 billion in debt. We are not even paying our debts, and that's how we are even managing to keep our currency going haywire. I mean, all I'm saying is that resource no and shada and yefesa. I know in Dr. Bawumia's mind now the next thing to do is to do digital and do a leapfrog through that, but he hasn't explained himself as effectively on that angle. So I'm sitting down and sometimes I say, hey, it is possible, but what is the probability? And I feel, this is another personal feeling, man. I feel that the confidence that the NPP has about how it is possible may be money. Because as for money, the NPP has the money. As for wealth, they have it. I don't have to sit down here and convince anybody as to how wealthy the party is. And maybe the money and the wealth is something that, you know how they say, there's nothing that you can't do with money. Maybe they know that there are some ways and means, because of the wealth that they have, they can, you know. Perhaps the NPP is so resourced, they have so much money that they believe that, hey, we have ways and means. We will use the money to come back. I don't know. Maybe that was what is going to increase the probability level. But as I sit here, I'm looking at the record. See, I say, Charlie, this is the scorecard for the NPP. Can they, based on this card, saying, we are coming back? And I'm saying they could have done that if the economy was different from the story we are telling now. So that's what I mean by, yeah, that's what is possible. There is all possible, but the probability. Okay? Now let me look at the NDC now. NDC is not in power. NDC has been in opposition for the last 8 years. So I'm not going to talk about things they have done and things they are doing now that can help the economy. I'm talking about the NDC as it stands now. And I'm saying this, folks, maybe I'm wrong. But from where I sit, I think there's so much disillusionment in the system. There's so much disappointment in the system that honestly NDC probably doesn't have to do so much to prove anything. You know, it's like people are so disappointed with the performance of the NPP just based on the expectations. Massa, our expectations were high. And how the NPP, and I'm talking to my friends here, how the NPP managed to have all the high expectations and the amazing goodwill. The goodwill that President Akufo-Addo had was second to none on this continent. Praising it and respected it. The goodwill was so high. How did it happen that all that goodwill is eroded to the point that we are going to an election and they are now talking about who is breaking whose eight? I'm saying it on authority, and I don't know whose authority, that if the NPP had been able to deliver what it had promised, there would have been no competition at all. Okay? So at this point, the NDC is like in a position where they are supposed to take advantage of the failings of the NPP. That's the only thing left. And it is also possible that Mahama will come. It is possible that Bawumia will come. But if you ask me right now, what is the probability of Mahama or Bawumia? I'll tell you, one of them has a higher probability. One of them has a higher probability. Or somebody from left wing outside there, Alan will come and just shock everybody. That's what he told me. He said, KSM, they don't know what they are up against. It is possible. But what is the probability? So right now, who's eight? The NDC wants to come back aggressively. that this is the time to come back. This is the time to step in. Fortunately or unfortunately, the disappointments that have come with the feelings is giving us a window to come back into the politics of Ghana. And of course, it is not without her critics. The NDC too has some bitter critics. Some people are saying, but Mahama, to you to what? You came in as an assemblyman. You became an MP. You became a minister. You became a vice president. We have a president. You baby, why I mean, that's what some critics say. That what new will Mahama bring in? You know the interesting thing? It's not so much, people are not so much even thinking to the extent of what new, because he also has a record of some things he did that are worthy of comment, but that is not the show today. So basically, he doesn't have to prove that he has a new thing. The only thing right now is that there has been so much disappointment from the NPP that it looks easier for the NDC. But you must and understand what I'm saying so that you don't misquote me. The disappointment has reached a level that it looks even easier now for the NDC. Still, there's no guarantee of anything, but it looks easier. Let me tell you what a friend of mine said. Let me share that with you. And it may be true, it may be false. He said, this election that we are going to, it is for the NDC to lose. That's his view. That he says it's like, you know, when we are playing soccer and getting to the dying minutes of the game, maybe 5 minutes and the game is over. Now they have whistled an infraction against the NPP. So there's a penalty. My friend said right now the NDC position is like, I cut 2 minutes in your penalty. Penalty. They've called somebody from NDC, come and take the shot. Do you know what else is amazing? Poll no cry free. There's nobody in the poll. Imagine this show. You have a penalty 3 minutes before the show, the thing ends, or less. You have given the penalty, somebody's going to take the penalty. The pole is there, there's not even a goalkeeper. And what happens? They shoot and they miss. This is where at least they'll say goalkeepers that try to save it or save it or whatever. You know, this one right there, there's no goalkeeper. I'm saying this to share with you how people think that right now the door is so open for the NDC. Whether it's true or not, that is what people are saying now. And I like what another friend of mine said, and I have to share this with you. Let me tell stories. The friend of mine says that if the NDC loses, if they are not able to win with all this bad economy, with all this, Ghana is in debt, the bankruptcy, the bad news, my friend said, if with all this, and let's assume that the election is free and fair and transparent, we'll talk about that in the next talk shop. We'll talk about that. This one is not about it. So I'm saying, let us suppose that the election is free and fair and transparent. Everything is really, the level field is very, very plain. And if in all of that situation, the NDC loses, then my friend said, if that happens, when Mahama is conceding, he shouldn't just give a concession speech. His speech should actually be about the dissolution of the NDC. Let's forget it. For which I add that not only the dissolution of the NDC, but all the parties. I mean, everybody's complaining. Obia complaining, everybody's like a bitter everywhere. So I'm saying, if in the midst of all this, and we have a clean, fair, transparent election. Let's assume that. And after all of that, the NPP wins and Bawumia breaks the 8. Then it's not about the dissolution of the NDC. We should all decide essentially from now on Ghana a one-party state. I said I'm media grow. If that happens, then essentially we give up. With all the things we are saying about where the country is now, and with all the complaints and bitter complaints which are true, not only in Ghana but globally, we are so messed up. We are records in your fair time. If with all of that, Ghanaians go to the polls in a free, fair, transparent election and re-elect Dr. Bawumia to come, Yenka say you're one-party state. All the parties, Cheddar, Alan, Ekwadonko, Gum, for once, we'll be on your dean, NDC, because we have a one-party state. Folks, I'm ending this show. Whose 8 is it going to be? Yes, it is possible for all of them. It is possible. Let me say, not say all of them, let me say the major ones. Bawumia, Mahama, Alan, is Cheddar a major one? Gum. It is possible. But let me end on my last thing I've been saying. What is the probability? Folks, what is the probability of whoever is going to win this election? In my next episode, we are now going to look at the election itself. This one there is just on the wayside, say, who's breaking which 8. So until we come back with our next episode of Talk Shop, where we look at the election itself. Are we comfortable? Are we afraid? Whatever it is, let's take a look. Until then, I'm signing off on this show and saying that, what time is it, folks? It's nation time. It's nation time, meaning we should all stand up as one people, resolved that whatever it takes to have a nice, clean, peaceful election. Because if not, folks, what is the probability that Ghana is going to be in chaos? And on that note, let me say, it's nation time. We'll be back. Cheers.